All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm down in Elkhart, Indiana, where East to West is set up a whole bunch of campers. And for this tour, we're going to be taking you on a ride of the 2025 East to West Della Terra 272 RL. This is a pretty darn cool rear living floor plan. If you guys are a traveling couple or maybe like a single person just kind of on the road, this is something I think you'll really like. And what's interesting about this one in particular is it has recliners in the back as opposed to a pull-out sofa. So really interested to see what you guys think. Now, this one in particular does have the solar package. So you're gonna see a 200-watt solar panel up there on the roof. What's interesting about Della Terra, and to my knowledge, maybe you can correct me down in the comments, to my knowledge, are the only travel trailer stick in 10 that is going to be using a 3-inch interior wall, which is pretty cool. Plus on the exterior, you know, you have the corrugated aluminum, but then you have the wood framing, but the wood framing is going to be 2x3 as opposed to 2x2. So that could inherently make it a little bit more heavy, but you're using heavier duty materials too. As well. The front cap for the 25s, I love the LED lights. You can't quite see them in the daytime, but I imagine at night shining up like justice. I love the new decor changes that they did over on 25s also. The black and white, I think it shows up so nice on the camera, but obviously, you know, in non-camera, I mean, if you're at the dealership lot. Speaking of which, this one's going to be heading down to Funtown RV. Dry weight, that has got to be a lucky omen. Dry weight of 7,777 pounds. So it's not the lightest camper in the world. Overall GVW of 9,635. So you will need, you know, a pretty moderately new F-150, something of that nature. Obviously anything that you go up above there would be good, but you know, a lot of your, you know, Suburbans and things like that, I probably would go ahead and nix those. But we're going to probably spend about 12, 15 minutes, give you all the information that you need to possibly purchase one. All the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description. I hope you guys enjoy the tour. Hit that like and subscribe button for daily RV content. I definitely appreciate you guys. The channels are growing really well, and you guys have been, you know, super big help in that for sure. But I mean, look at this. So dual opposing slides, it's kind of a fifth wheel setup in a travel trailer body. And the nice thing is too, you have 81-inch head height. So basically the taller folks out there will really like this. You're also gonna get a king bed in the back. We'll get to that. But dual opposing slides, island in the middle, and it's kind of cool because you don't really see the cubby cutouts right there. I don't know what I would put in there. Maybe you can, you know, let me know. But I know for myself, actually, you know what, with like kids, I'd probably put like snacks there. Or, you know, my wife would have like books there or something like that in between, you know, trips if we're plopped down for a little bit. But right over here, you have kind of the seating and eating slide. And then you're going to have, you know, the cooking and entertainment with a little Murphy pantry back there as well. 12-volt refrigerator. So pretty common now in travel trailers. But since this has the solar panel option up front, which you can link up to 400, by the way, this will run off the solar, your battery, your truck when you're driving down the road, everything that you need. Plus you got enough room for, you know, long weekends, possibly a week if it's only, you know, one or two of you. A ton of countertop space. So that is absolutely fantastic, especially if you're entertaining. You got a little place, maybe you can play a little bit of apple juice pong, something of that nature. You're going to get the stainless steel under-mounted bowl with the high-rise faucet, hitting those dishes from one angle. You're also going to get the thermowrap for the countertops. Now, I kind of prefer this over the solid surface in some regards. It's lighter, it's less expensive, it's impervious to any type of water damage, anything like that. But babe, if you're watching, I love you. And then underneath these islands, you always get really good space when there's not like a sink built in. So I think that is pretty darn nice. I personally would DIY, cut that part out, leave it for a garbage can, something of that nature. 5/8 residential tongue and groove plywood floors for the slides. So you're not going to see the OSB board. So again, if something ever happens, uh-oh moment, you know, the slide seal's flipped or something like that, you get water, that plywood will hold up a little bit better there for you. But again, the countertop space, I like the brick outlay in the back. And you even have the outlet, the 3-top burner to whip up all the fixings, baby. And you got yourself an oven, you know, good for cookies, pizza, the works there. You got a microwave, you know, with meat mode and microwave with meat mode and then potato mode. You're also going to have the black glass insert. Same storage pretty much on either side too. So, you know, talk about all your stuff. Plywood kitchen drawers as well. That one's, gosh, the money, that one was in there good. You also have the Bluetooth speaker there too as well. What's the, let's see here. Is there a charger for that somewhere? We'll probably find it here as we're going along. But then over on this slide, You're going to notice it's going to be the flat, so it's not going to be the box frame like it is over here because you don't need it. So over there, you're going to have a little bit more free-flowing access to get in and out. You also have the storage drawer. What's nice about this, too, is it's on the rollers. So basically, it's a little easier to get in and out. It's not just a wood box that is sitting in there. Now, the dinette is a little bit more conducive to bigger people. So I'm 6 foot, 295 pounds, and you can see you got room in there. Massive windows going all the way throughout that. So, I mean, how nice is that? And if you can see here, each and every one, opens up. Plus, you got, sorry, I was looking through there. Plus, you got the old Dracula shade. Stop the skin from sizzling. Keep some nosy eyes out. And an emergency exit, too. So, pull, push, and plop. Get out in a hurry if you need to. The table, you can see here, you can also remove it. You can also drop it down and put it on those little nubblies there for, some extra sleeping, too. Head height of around 5'10" for the slide. Right here is going to be a jackknife sofa. Sorry, the camera. Getting used to this thing. Right here's a jackknife sofa, so you pull up and drop down. You got a good sleeping space along with the mesh netting there too as well. Now this is what I was talking about in the back with the recliners. I believe there's probably an option for a couch, I would imagine. Most of them do have a couch with like a pull-out, but this has the recliner, so this could be great. Like my family, we would really like this because my wife and I would sit down, watch TV over here, but man, imagine having lake life or somewhere pretty darn cool, like a big, beautiful gravel lot. I mean, but you could sit there and read a book, soak up some rays, have a real good time. Outlets and USBs over on either side. These are also going to be the ones that kick back nice and far so you can take a snoozer there. Personally, I would rather sleep there than I would on the jackknife sofa. I think they are, very comfortable. You also have each and every window opens up again with another emergency exit. There's going to be, okay, nice. So they already took it out of that case. There's that pill. And then you have the charging port right there. So you can take it inside and outside. Fireplace that puts out enough heat to heat the entirety of this room. It'll probably struggle to get back to the bedroom unless you have some airflow pushing it. But I love the fact that this has that opening on either side. I just think that's so nice. Plus the heat is drawn out right there too. So you're not going to get any vents in the floor, which I think is nice. Plus, I mean, you got pretty good space. The island doesn't really get in the way like some of the floor plans. It might, but you got some moving and grooving room there. And you got the little saucers right there. It's kind of like if the guy from Mortal Kombat had a baby, that is the hat that he would wear and throw at people. Smart TV, plus it's a TV with an attitude, baby. But, talking about all your, YouTube TV, Netflixes, things of that nature, that would be great. And then you also have, your Murphy pantry setup. So, good for blankets, board games, things of that nature. Maybe even some dry food storage as well, since there's not really like a dedicated pantry or anything like that. Did I show this? This is a really nice... I probably did not show that. That's good. Can't believe I missed that. Pretty darn cool. But I think that does a pretty good job here of the living room. You got your clock right there. So you can, tell time. Plus you got your AC and your heat connection. Flip it back around. Let's give you another little cinematic shot. Right here is going to be your control panel. So your 2 slides, your awning, water pump, interior lights, awning lights, and then all of your tank fills right there. You just click it and you can tell, what's happening. Heading into the bathroom, I am really pleased with the brand as a whole. As I'm recording, pretty much like 6-7 miles of just Terra and, some of the other brands, but they all have the porcelain thrones. They all have really nice showers too. Some of these brands on these more kind of like entry-level campers, they don't have things like the solar, but they don't have, they get corner radius showers, stuff that the big guys have to tape sponges and do a spin cycle, but you're also about 6'5" here for head height. And then you also have, that right there, which is, in my opinion, better than the Tri-Glide Glass Series for the simple fact that you're not going to break it. I think it's probably pretty easy to clean, I would imagine. I mean, I could clean that, and I'm not very good at cleaning. But tankless on-demand hot water heater. And then you also have, a mirror to check out the old bowling gun, baby. But I mean, check that out. Pretty darn cool. You got some cubbies going on. You also have the sink. And then you got access to your plumbing right there as well, along with an outlet. But again, 3-inch interior thick walls too, which is really nice. And then, 2-inch thick on the exterior with those 3x2s. So bedroom, actually, before we get there, you got your fuse box right here. So it's located kind of away from everything else. Window, king bed. So love the king bed. You're also going to get, some storage. Not quite king storage, but, it looks nice. Plus it's on the strut system, so your hands free. So I think that's pretty snazzy. But then you're going to get counters on either side, as well as outlets and USBs. which I'll give you kind of like a little look there. So you can see that. A little bit of hanging room on either side. Dual ACs on this one, so this is going to be more conducive to somewhere that's a little bit hot. Like I'm from Ohio, probably don't need the dual ACs except for, you know, sometimes. But it's nice to have it, but you can get this optional, you know, with 1 and 30 amps if you would like. And then there's your place for your TV. So it's kind of dependent on, you know, how you're using it. If you're just good weather hunting, you might not need it. But if you're down in Texas, you know, this is going to be nice, especially with those you know, thicker walls on the inside. I don't know why you would want that, but I have to imagine that would help out with holding in, you know, some of the AC. But what do you guys think about this floor plan? So again, 2025 east to west Della Terra, 272 RL. Maybe we do one of these and snag a little thumbnail, do like a bam right there. Put wow in the bottom left corner. You'd be all right. So all the specifications, excuse me, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description, along with a link for Funtown RV and which locations across the country that this will be at, so you can get a little bit of deals on wheels, baby. So now we are here back on the inside, and just to repeat again, 2x3 instead of 2x2 for the studding, aluminum corrugated siding. I think the exterior, while it's not too colorful or anything too crazy, I think it looks really sleek, and I think this is something that you'd be proud to be pulling back behind your truck. Imagine this behind a black truck or a white truck. That would look really nice. You got your power tongue jack, 2 20-pound propane bottles, and then enough room for 2 batteries. Plus you got your old rock guard Aruni, the smooth fiber, or the smooth metal front cap, along with the LED lights running under either side. It's a little easier to see down at the campground. You got your power tongue jacks, heated and enclosed underbelly there too as well. Hopefully that gives you a good little view of what you got going on. But the pass-through storage, pretty darn nice. You also got it matching the floor in there, which I think is aesthetically good. Magnetic clips too. I like those instead of those cheap kind of plastic ones. The awning on this camper is a little bit lacking. Not gonna lie to you, keeping it real here, but it's only like a 10-foot awning, 12-foot awning, something of that nature, but it does have the lights up underneath. Doesn't provide you too much shade though, so you'll have to figure out something with that on this floor plan. You are prepped for slide toppers if you would like. So that's basically a piece of awning that goes from here to here, prevents debris from falling on top of your unit. So you could put it on both of those. The more ride flip up steps, so you can get those up and out of the way, a little bit sturdier. You know, I personally like that. That was a horrible example. I don't have the leg fully down there. But, you know, it's okay. Back to the higher because you're friendly moment. Friction hinge door, little leash latch for your furry friend, outlets, and then a cable hookup, along with an extra large grab handle, and then, of course, those dual axles. But it's got the Lions Head 125 lifetime warranty. So first year, no excuse, 2-year roadside, 5 warranty, and then lifetime warranty on all of the wheels itself there. So pretty cool. You could get a slide topper on this, because typically on the campside slides, you can't get the slide toppers in most of them. I'm not sure if you knew that or not, but after selling them for, you know, a pretty darn good long while, about a darn decade, there's a lot of stressful moments where I couldn't actually do that. So it's nice to know that you can on this, which I guess is the sacrifice, or I guess is a bonus to the lack of the awning on this model. So you have your LP quick connect, so you can hook up, you know, maybe like a grill or something of that nature, along with the rear jacks right there. And then you have your bumper with a spare tire, and of course your Lippert on-the-go ladder prep, so you can get on top of your roof, check your seals, check your slides. You also have the backup camera prep as well. And the nice thing about the Furrion S Vision, which is what it's prepped for, is it has a built-in mic, so that way it's only one way too. So, you know, you can imagine you won't hear any of the complaints. They can't talk back to you, but you can speak one way, which is you know, pretty darn nice to avoid some arguments, I would say, for sure. That's a stressful moment. I've always heard some good stories about that, and yeah, having that backup camera might be the argument mitigator, baby. So right here, all of your tanks are kind of Y-bracketed into one, which is nice. So your galley, sewer, you know, waste, all that good point. Your low point drain, black tank flush right here, along with a spray port, and then your 30 amp connection, along with that Suburban on-demand hot water heater. So this is going to be your docking station. First, you got the fresh water, but this is your docking station. So, oh, it's nice. That is very cool. Your slide out switch out here is cool. Hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower, your battery disconnect, city water connection, and then of course your outlets, and then your solar charge controller, so you can see, you know, what the solar is bringing in. Like right now, you know, you're pumping in, you got 12.7 volts coming in. Back over to the stats. But all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I hope to catch you guys next time. Again, how do you flip this thing around? Again, my name is Hunter, and this is the 2025 East to West Della Terra 272 RL. Have a great day. See you.